Representative Blumenauer, Representative Yarmouth, and other members of the subcommittee, thank you for the opportunity to testify. I'm speaking for the Institute for Transportation and Development Policy, a nonprofit group that since 1985 has promoted environmentally sustainable and socially equitable transportation. With appropriate safeguards, we support creation of a National Infrastructure Development Bank as proposed by H.R. 2521. This would finance needed investments in transportation, water, energy, and other things while giving weight to economic, environmental, and social benefits and costs of each project. It would facilitate public-private partnerships for infrastructure development, management, and financing with assurance of appropriate public benefits while not requiring every initiative to be fully self-financed. We also commend to you the proposed National Infrastructure Innovation and Finance Fund as proposed in the President's 2011 U.S. Department of Transportation budget. This could provide a $4 billion down payment on a larger national infrastructure bank. But our support for these initiatives is predicated on the inclusion of strong project selection criteria with openness and transparency to ensure reduction of carbon emissions, support for smarter growth in public health, and use of smart tolling and traffic management strategies as proposed in H.R. 2521. Projects should undergo a benefit-cost analysis that considers induced traffic, climate, pollution, and public health and safety impacts. Reasonable alternatives to proposed projects, including operational and management strategies that might minimize adverse environmental impacts, should be considered. An infrastructure bank or fund should encourage performance-based contracting and ensure ongoing post-implementation evaluations. Infrastructure banks or funds shouldn't be used simply to build more toll roads faster, but to improve the productivity and effectiveness of America's existing transportation, expanding travel choices and improving community livability. This will require a focus on smart traffic management strategies like bus rapid transit, intermodal freight, smart parking and road user charging, pay-as-you-drive insurance, congestion charging and road user fees, rail system modernization, smarter logistics and supply chain management, and real-time traveler information systems. A bank or fund should encourage new revenues beyond tolls and congestion charges, including transit-oriented development value capture, tax increment financing, urban improvement districts, and performance contract-based public-private partnership operating concessions for parking, port facilities, public bike and car sharing, and other infrastructure and related services. A bank or fund should offer soft loans to cover costs for detailed and costly pre-development work to establish project feasibility, advanced environmental clearances, and to undertake preliminary design. These are needed to help advance such things as bus rapid transit system development, smart traffic management planning, and other innovations. These would be paid back on a subordinated basis if a project wins financing and is built, but could be forgiven if a project fails to win financing. Such investment is needed to unlock value trapped in underperforming, often poorly managed public assets, such as congested roads, free or underpriced street-side parking spaces, and slow, unreliable bus operations. This approach could boost the deal flow for private capital and help innovators in both the public and private sector that are looking for ways of boosting transportation system asset performance and value. An infrastructure bank or fund should not only finance large projects, but also bundle smaller projects that cumulatively can produce benefits of regional or national significance. For example, financing a single bicycle parking center with public rental bikes and car sharing services at a transit center would not be regionally significant, but the provision of 100 such integrated mobility centers at major transit stops and activity centers throughout a multi-state metropolitan area could be of regional significance in cutting traffic, pollution, carbon emissions, and improving public health and livability, while generating jobs and consumer travel cost savings and access benefits. In conclusion, an infrastructure bank or fund should encourage collaboration among public and private stakeholders and promote coordination with investments in other infrastructure sectors. Lessons from European, Asian, and Latin American development banks and critiques from independent watchdog groups like Bankwatch Network should be considered in advancing and designing new U.S. finance institutions. My written testimony for the record provides more information about this. Thank you very much for your attention.